Hello everyone, welcome. Today I'm going to be sharing with you my #1 drugstore product in every makeup category. If you're new to my channel, I am a self-proclaimed, unapologetic beauty junkie. I purchase makeup of all brands, all price points. I love trying all makeup. And my love of makeup is what pushed me after college into becoming a professional makeup artist. And I did that for more than 25 years. Now, getting back to my favorites in every beauty category. This is actually a video that I could probably update every 6 months because new products are coming out, and as I try them, they knock other things out of my favorites list. So just keep in mind that these are current, as of today, top picks. And by the way, I am wearing all of the products I speak about in this video, and I will demonstrate them as I go. For skin prep, I have been loving this Wet n Wild Prime Focus Primer Serum. It contains rosewater, watermelon, and peony. It is a clear, lightweight, silky serum. I feel like it gives my skin a boost of moisture. I take it up under my eyes as well. I find that it works beautifully as prep for the under eye area. I can put anything directly on top of this serum. A moisturizer, a primer, a sunscreen, a foundation, and I don't get any pilling, I don't get any tackiness. It is a fantastic product that I truly think every beauty lover should own. Something about me that is very important to mention is that I do have oily skin. So some of these products are best suited, when it comes to complexion especially, are better suited for someone with normal, combination, oily, or very oily skin. For example, my favorite primer, because my skin does get extremely shiny, is this L'Oreal Prime Lab 24-Hour Matte Setter. It does contain 1% LHA and salicylic acid, which over time does help to refine the look of pores and rough texture. I try a lot of mattifying primers of all price points, and this is definitely one of my all-time favorites for helping to control shine throughout the day. For foundation, I spoke about this in, I think, my end of the year drugstore favorites video. It is the Maybelline Super Stay 24-Hour Skin Tint. This is so good if you need something long wearing that offers really good coverage, but is never going to look like a mask. It doesn't give you a flat, matte finish. It's not makeup-y, as they say, meaning no one's gonna look at you and think that you've got this heavy sort of mask on. But please don't purchase this thinking it's going to be some sheer glowy skin tint. Now, I'm not saying that someone with dry skin couldn't use this. I'm sure there are plenty of people with dry skin that do. But the point I'm trying to make is that if you have oily skin like me and you have been hesitant to try a skin tint, because in the past anything you've tried that was labeled as a skin tint was very sheer and perhaps too luminous for your skin, do not worry about that happening with this particular foundation. Now, concealer was a tough one. There are a lot of really good drugstore concealers out there, but the one that I find myself constantly going back to, and I've spoken about this one for years in my videos, it is the Milani Conceal and Perfect Long Wear Concealer. I have them in the shades 115 and 125. Today I used 125. I find that this just has the perfect amount of coverage for my personal level of dark circles. I have dark circles, but they're not extremely dark. I would say on a scale of 1 to 10, my dark circles fall usually somewhere between like maybe a 6 and 7. And again, this gives me just the right amount of coverage. It is the perfect consistency for a concealer in my opinion. It's not too thin, it's not too thick. I find that real creamy, sort of tacky feeling concealers, while they may offer really great coverage, they end up being the ones that crease the most because they're just so emollient, and sometimes they are so highly concentrated that it's easy to make a mistake and apply way too much. I feel like this concealer is really beginner friendly because it's not super concentrated. A little bit does go a long way, but in comparison to other concealers I've tried, it's not, again, going to be a problem for a beginner in that the likelihood of them using too much is slim, in my opinion. And you can always add more with this product. It is buildable, and I have never had it end up looking cakey, no matter how much. If it's a really dark circle day, I can layer this a few times and I don't have any problems with cakiness. Okay, I'm gonna finish off complexion with powder, contour, and bronzer. Fit Me Matte and Poreless in the translucent shade has been my go-to drugstore powder for years, especially for setting my lids and under eye concealer. You may have noticed in that demo that I did use the Milani concealer on my lids as my eyeshadow primer. In my older videos, you would often hear me say that I absolutely had to use a separate eyeshadow primer from a concealer because my lids were so oily that concealers alone did not work for me. Well, maybe it's because I'm getting older. My lids have become a little bit less oily. They're still oily, but a little bit less. My face is still extremely oily, but in the past year or so, I have been able to just use a concealer on my lids as an eyeshadow primer. That said, every concealer does not work well as an eyeshadow primer, but I found a couple that do. One being, it's not drugstore, but the Too Faced Born This Way concealer, and of course the Milani that I use today. I use that all over my eyelids to neutralize any discoloration. So when I apply eyeshadows, they're going on over an even tone and even color. And then I use this product to set both the concealer that I have applied underneath my eye and the concealer that I have applied to my lid. This is so, so good. I can't tell you how many of these I have been through. But for the rest of my face, I use this Jason Wu Mattifying Loose Powder. This is another product that I speak about all the time in my videos. It is one of the best powders of any price point that I have tried for oily skin, for diminishing the look of pores, and for really giving me that sort of flawless airbrushed effect while also helping to control shine. Another product I spoke about a lot last year, and I will continue to speak about a lot this year in 2025. This is the Physicians Formula Butter Glow Contour Wand. One might say I am addicted to this product. I use the light shade. I didn't bring in my glasses. This is such an excellent alternative to the Charlotte Tilbury contour wands. It has the same sort of component, which I don't love. You just have to make sure that you're always closing it so that it doesn't leak out. The color is great. The blendability is great. It smells great. And by the way, I have traveled with this and it has not leaked. I have heard many people say that when they travel with their Charlotte Tilbury contour wands, the blush wands, the highlight wands, and the contour wands, that they end up exploding in their bags. Yikes. I did, however, put this in a plastic bag, so if it had exploded, it would be protected from getting onto everything else. But I just thought I would mention that if you are someone that travels a lot and are worried about taking this product with you. And then for powder bronzer, I've got to give it to this City Bronzer from Maybelline. The shade I use is 300. It is a completely matte bronzer, and I find it to be a really good dupe or alternative for the Benefit Hoola Caramel Bronzer. Not the original Hoola, but the Hoola Caramel. Now, this particular shade wouldn't be ideal for someone with very, very fair skin. I do believe there are a couple of shades lighter than this that you can try, but what I love about this is just how natural it looks, how easily it goes on. It's not patchy, it's not difficult to blend, and with all of these products that I'm speaking about today, the longevity is there. Yes, I do still use a setting spray that I will show you at the end of the video, but yes, with all of these products, I find the wear time to be extremely good to exceptional. Okay, Okay, next up is eyes and brows. I already mentioned what I've been using for eyeshadow primer, which is concealer. And my pick for eyeshadow palette might be a surprise to some of you. I have chosen this NYX Ultimate Eyeshadow Palette. This palette offers a wonderful mix of warm neutrals. You've got shades here for everyday looks. You've got shades here for nighttime looks. Obviously, if you prefer cool tones, this would not be one I would recommend to you. But if you are someone that really likes a neutral to warm toned palette, I highly recommend picking up this one. I have been using this for a couple of years now. And yes, you can use powder eyeshadow palettes for a couple of years. Powder products last a lot longer than cream, especially if you're storing your makeup in a climate controlled area, not like in your bathroom where it can get very warm and humid. If you want to keep your makeup products usable for as long as possible, keep them in a climate controlled area if you can. So back to the palette. You've got a great combination of mattes and soft shimmers. The mattes are buttery and blendable and pigmented. The shimmers aren't over the top shimmery. They offer a light, subtle sparkle that works beautifully even on mature eyelids. Got a great variety of browns to use as eyeliner. There's a matte purple in here if you want to have some fun and use that as your eyeliner, or even in the outer corner if you want to do a purpley smoky eye. And it is a true deep purple. There's no reddish tones in this purple. And the black is perfect for eyeliner. For this look today, I mixed this brown and the black together and applied that to my lash line, and then also smoked it out along the outer corners of my eyes. And then I used a couple of the shimmers on my lid. The inner corner is from the highlight palette I'll be showing shortly. And then for eyeliner, my pick is from L'Oreal. It is the Infallible Grip Eyeliner in the shade Brown Denim. This is such a good pencil for tight lining your upper and lower water lines. It's also good for lining your lower lash lines. And what I did today is smudge it out with a little bit of a brown shadow from that NYX palette. It's long wearing, it stays in your water lines, at least in my experience, it does. It doesn't irritate my eyes, which is a big problem. As I get older, my eyes are becoming more and more sensitive. And I really like that it's a twist up versus a pencil that you sharpen. With lip products, I tend to prefer pencils that you sharpen, but when it comes to eyeliner, I really like a retractable one like this. And the color is fantastic. It will work for any eye color if you would like to use something other than black. For mascara, I'm going with Essence Lash Princess. This is the False Lash Effect in Black Brown. And one of the reasons why I love it is because of the shade. This is the perfect shade for someone who doesn't want to use black mascara, and maybe brown mascaras you've tried are just too light. They don't give you enough oomph. Well, black brown is perfect. And it's not always easy to find a good black brown and also have a really good formula. I have gone back and forth over the years in liking and recommending this product and not liking and not recommending this product. And I think it's because I try different versions, and I've mostly in the past only used the black shades. There's just something about this one that I really like. I feel like it gives me a lot of length. It gives me a lot of volume. It doesn't pull out curl after I've used my lash curler. I don't get any flaking. I don't get any smudging. So yeah, it is my, as of today, pick for my top mascara. For brows, the Jason Wu Brow Pencil and the L'Oreal 24-Hour Brow Lamination. You do not need to spend, I think, $24, maybe $25 now, on the Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter anymore. This works just as well. I have tried them side by side, and I'm telling you, this works just as good. And the Jason Wu, called Groomed by Mr. Wu, is a great alternative to the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz pencil. I mean, I think at this point, every drugstore brand has a thin, twist up brow pencil, much like the ABH Brow Wiz or the Benefit Precisely My Brow. So for me, in picking a favorite, it comes down to how easily does the pencil go on, how long does it last, and the shade. Blonde shades are notoriously hard to choose because blonde can often be too light, taupe can often be too red. This one is just in the shade light. I can't see the name on here. I will double check and have the correct name in the description box with the links, but I am 99% sure this is the shade light. Blush and highlight. I had to go with Milani's Baked Blush, and I chose the shade Dolce Pink. I love Luminoso, but I find myself reaching, at least lately, more often for Dolce Pink. I can't help it. I just love a pinky blush, especially one that gives a little bit of a glow, kind of diffuses the look of any texture on the skin. I mean, look at that color. It is so, so beautiful. And for cream blushes, my pick is also Milani. These are the Cheek Kiss cream blushes. They're creamy and emollient, but they're not so creamy and so emollient that they disappear from your skin, especially if you're oily. The shade I use today is I Cherish You, a play on I Cherish You, obviously. And as you can see, it just gives a hint of color, and I did put it on top of the powder blush. It did not mess with my makeup underneath, and you can make it as sheer or as bold as you'd like it to be. The shade selection is beautiful. You can also use this on your lips for your lip color. So yep, I'm giving it to Milani in the cheek category. I think it might be 2 or even 3 years ago now that I put this product in an underrated beauty products video. And I still don't know why more people aren't talking about it. This is the Jason Wu Highlight Trio palette. Look at how big this is. And I think you can get it for like $12, maybe $15 at the highest. Hopefully I'm not wrong about that, but last I checked it was about $12.99, I think. So you get 3 shades, a sort of white pearl shimmer, a golden pearl shimmer, and a pink pearl shimmer. This is not for the faint of heart though. Look at the glow, the instant glow that this gives. You might want to reserve this for nighttime use only. And if you do have a lot of texture on your skin, really large pores, this might not be one that I would recommend to you. But even though I do have larger pores and some texture, I really don't care if it accentuates it a little bit. I love what this does for my cheekbones, and I love, love, love the way it photographs. You are going to love pictures of yourself if you do this makeup look. And for the inner corners of my eyes and right underneath the arch of my brow, I used the white shade. Do these have names? I don't see any names, but I do see that this is talc-free. I didn't even know that this was a talc-free palette. It's cruelty-free. I think I knew that. It's gluten-free, it's paraben-free, talc-free, and vegan. All right, I feel like I'm flying through these. That never happens. Sometimes I have good filming days, and other times I have very challenging days. But let's finish off this video with lips and setting spray. This lip combo, I'm crazy about it. I love a nude lip. And for today's nude lip, I used one of my favorite launches of 2024, which was the Maybelline Lifter Liners. The shade is called Out of Line. But first, before applying the lip liner, I used this Milani Color Fetish lipstick in the shade Pleasure. I have had this in my lipstick rotation for a few years now. I love this color, and this formula rivals any high-end lipstick I have ever tried. It goes on so soft and smooth and creamy. It doesn't feel dry on my lips at all. It really feels like it could be a $45 Armani or Chanel lipstick. And the color is Chef's Kiss, the perfect nude. So I put this on first, then I lined my lips with the Maybelline, and then I topped it with my pick for favorite lip gloss. This is the e.l.f. Glow Reviver Shimmer Lip Oil, and it's hard for me to pick a favorite, but for this lip combo, I used Princess Cut. It's an absolutely gorgeous rosy pink shimmer, but the shimmer's not over the top. I don't find the formula to be very sticky. I don't feel any grittiness with these. My second favorite shade is called Crystal Baller. You guys, this is gorgeous. You can just take a little bit of this gloss and apply it to the center of your lips, and it is going to give you a poutier lip look. But I also like to put this all over my lips. If I'm wearing a lipstick that's a little bit too dark, I just go and put this on top of it, and all of a sudden it turns into some magical, just gorgeous, shimmering perfection. I personally have never used the shade on its own. I suppose you could, but I definitely use it more as a topper, and it's so amazing and so affordable. Lastly, we have setting spray. Going back to Milani with their Make It Last Original 24-hour wear setting spray. This is the jumbo size. If I'm not using my Charlotte Tilbury setting spray or my Makeup by Mario setting spray, I am using this. It has an ultrafine mist. It locks my makeup in place. It has a natural finish, and it is the perfect last step in my makeup routine. Okay, I really hope you all had as much fun watching this video as I did filming it for you. I really love to share affordable, fantastic, affordable beauty finds with you. And so much new drugstore makeup has come out just since I decided to film this video. I haven't had the chance to try them yet, but they are on my to purchase ASAP list. So I may do an updated version of this video, if not quarterly, half yearly, because I think this is a really good way for you all to see my true favorites. As always, all of the products and the shade names will be listed and linked down below in the description box of this video. I will also have them tagged through YouTube Shopping if available. You should see something on the screen that says Show Products. If you did like this video, I really appreciate you giving it a thumbs up. And if you are not already subscribed to my channel, I hope that you will consider doing so. I do upload new videos at least twice per week. You can also find more from me over on Instagram and Facebook. I think TikTok might be going away. I'm not sure. I do have an account over there. I do post over there, but obviously if it is no longer in the United States, I will no longer be posting there. So I hope you will again subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video.